92.7 FM WMDX, Madison's real news and great conversation. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
For 92.7 WMDX News, I'm Savannah Tomei Olson. Wisconsinites can once again get help paying their heating bills after delays because of the government shutdown. The Wisconsin Home Energy Assistance Program has started making payments. The heating season officially started November 1st, but the shutdown meant the federal government was not sending money to the state to fund the program. State officials estimate 185,000 households will get assistance paying their energy bills. The average one-time benefit for heat is expected to be $440. For people getting help paying their electric bills, that's expected to be $244. People all over Wisconsin have already started getting their benefits. Already, the state has sent out $40 million. Eligibility depends on the size of your household and your income. Families of four that bring in less than $73,000 a year qualify. Still, the program's future seems unclear. Back in April, the Trump administration fired 10,000 federal employees, including everyone in the low-income heating program office. Meanwhile, gas prices continue to drop. Melissa Kay brings us our weekly check of prices at the pump.
Average gas prices fell 5.3 cents per gallon last week. The average across the state on Monday landed at $2.51. This is 26.5 cents per gallon lower than a month ago and over 25 cents lower than this time last year. According to Gas Buddy officials, this is the third straight week of the national gas price average falling. It was at $2.85 on Monday, which is the lowest level we've seen the national average since March 12, 2021. They say the downward trend may continue as we close out the year.
On average, right now in Dane County, a gallon of regular will cost you $2.51. The USDA has announced a $12 billion bailout package for farmers as some struggle to stay afloat with expanded tariffs. Farmers need their details locked down by the end of this week, but dairy farmers are not eligible. The federal government did something similar during Donald Trump's first presidency during the heightened trade war. Ben Lilliston of the Institute for Agriculture and Trade Policy says a quick infusion of aid can ease some pressure, but it doesn't get to the bottom of how expensive it is to farm these days.
It doesn't address the underlying problems, and really the big one is increased costs. And many of those costs are associated with these tariffs. So higher prices for machinery, for crop inputs.
We're still waiting to hear a lot of details about this relief package. Payment rates for this new aid are not public yet. Farmers who grow certain crops will be eligible: corn, wheat, soybeans, cotton, rice, sugar, and some other fruits and vegetables. But Lilliston says it's frustrating beef and dairy producers aren't included. They're facing higher costs just like everybody else. The Trump administration insists these payments will help address farmers' rising expenses. But Lilliston says if 2026 is filled with more market headaches and if a new farm bill isn't negotiated and passed, more emergency payments may be needed next fall. And that's a situation farmers do not want to be in.
They are price takers in the marketplace, meaning they don't get to set their prices. And they have certain costs that they have to cover. They don't have much power. And they would much rather have that system work better for them rather than having to get money from Washington.
Farmers should have their acreage reporting accurate by 4 p.m. this Friday at the very latest if they qualify. The relief payments are expected to be released by March 1st. I'm Savannah Tomei Olson, 92.7 WMDX News.
On to the Final Four. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. Women's college volleyball. The Wisconsin Badgers in Kansas City for the NCAA Final Four, the tournament to decide the next national champion in volleyball. Mimi Collier, nominated for Player of the Year, on the team with a chance to win it all this weekend after beating the number 1 seed Texas in the regionals 3-1.
Most unreal feeling. It still hasn't fully soaked in, but I for sure think that was most connected we've been throughout a match. Just keeping our heads up, and even though we lost that third set, we stuck with it and came back even stronger the fourth set.
Wisconsin plays Kentucky 8 p.m. tomorrow night, coverage on ESPN. NFL, the Packers on the practice field. They play the Bears in Chicago Saturday night, still bruised and banged up after the Broncos game. Running back Josh Jacobs dealing with swelling in his left knee that he injured last month in New York against the Giants.
He's battling through. This guy's as tough as they come. I'll never count him out of the fight, I'll tell you that.
That's Packers head coach Matt LaFleur with sports. I'm Mike Clemens.
Mostly sunny today, our high right around 36 this afternoon. Tonight, cloudy with some light rain developing after midnight. And then tomorrow, showers before noon. Then rain will mix with snow, falling temperatures through the afternoon as well. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your Madison News Roundup from WMDX. Find more news anytime at WMDXradio.com. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.